3, 2, 1. What up, world? It's your boy GM Talkingshift. Today I got a special guest for you, hailing out of, what should we say, Menlo Park, California?
Menlo, EPA, you can do both.
Menlo Park, East Palo Alto, California, Bay Area, 650, native. I've been trying to get you in here for a minute, man.
Man, bro, it's been a while, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I've been trying to get in here for a long time.
Well, sometimes I think back to just trying to get this whole thing up and running. I've been wanting to do a podcast or some sort of YouTube something for a minute, like hella years, like since back in the day.
Yeah.
Since before I even moved out to Vegas. That's like what, 2011.
Yeah.
So finally got something going, and thanks to this guy right here, Charlie, boy, definitely gives me the opportunity to have a place to grow this idea,
Mm-hmm.
But my guy Brysone, man,
Hey.
the black sheep. How'd you come about that, man? The black sheep.
The name, the Black Sheep. I always knew I had a different, side of myself, my different persona. Brysone is a different person than Bryson. That's my real name.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Brysone is the rapper, is the one with the mean mug, the attitude, all this, all the opposite stuff. Because I'm a Capricorn, but my moon is a Scorpio, so I'm like both.
Yeah.
Like I'm either super grounded or I'm out there, but I'm selective with it.
That's
so
like my girl's a Capricorn and I'm a Scorpio, and it's a very good balance.
Yeah, right, exactly. Nah, it's a very good balance. My girl she's her son is a Capricorn. Her moon is a Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
So that balances out as well. But the Black Sheep, when I was thinking about that, I just thought about my life, like I'm different than everybody else. Even within my family, my friends, I'm that other thing that you can't explain. It's just the Black Sheep. So
Definitely.
it's definitely not nothing negative or anything that I'm like putting myself down on, but I want to like reach out to people that might feel that same way in their group. You know what I mean? Like, and just be their own person. You ain't gotta be like that extroverted person that everybody wants you to be.
Mm-hmm.
You can still be the Black Sheep and be cool and be dope.
Definitely. I got mixed feelings about, in today's age. Like, in a lot of ways, social media kind of helps you express who you are. But in a lot of ways, it kind of makes you fall victim to, trying to be trendy, and follow trends and, follow the groupthink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And definitely your whole style, man, in terms of music. It's got a whole different sound to it, man. You got your own very distinct voice. How'd you develop that sound?
Man, just recording myself, trying to figure out my voice. It's funny because I used to get made fun of for my voice when I was like in like middle school, high school and stuff. Because my voice was like a lot different than everybody else's. It was a lot more like in a higher pitch than it is now. So I just sounded differently all the time. So I my voice wasn't always the way it was. I developed it. I worked on it. Start singing. Just really tuned it up. And when you listen to yourself more, you'll be able to hear better. So you can adjust that and get that fine tuning.
So as far as a musician, how would you characterize yourself as a rapper, a hip hop artist, a singer? What would you I know you got your own whole sound, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how would you describe it?
I'm just Brysone.
Yeah.
I'm just Brysone because I can do a lot.
Yeah.
I can hop on the guitar a little bit and strum a little bit, a couple songs, not too much.
Yeah.
But I sing, I rap, and I just create music. I'm a creator.
Definitely.
That's what I am.
So speaking of creativity, you're living in LA now, and we were talking about it a little bit before you got into acting a little bit. So You were telling me you broke down a little bit how you got into that, but expand on what we were talking about earlier. Like, did you move down there to LA with the idea like, oh, I'm gonna go do this acting, or was it kind of something that you not fell into, but we're just down there and we're like, man, maybe I should try this.
Well, that whole LA move was manifested like from years ago. Like it's been cooking, like probably almost my whole life. You know what I mean? Like
That was always the plan.
yeah, like I always had a vision. I think long term. It's I try to live in the moment all the time, but I always think in the future.
Yeah.
I always know what I'm gonna do. So I put that seed in my mind at a young age, like I'm moving to LA, and however it takes for me to get there, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But
Was that even
eventually,
before
I'm gonna be
music?
there. That was before music.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I knew I wanted to be. I knew I wanted to be something. I didn't know exactly what it was all the time, like in 4th, 5th, 6th grade, whatever. But I knew LA was significant because that's what you saw on TV and stuff. Hollywood.
Yeah.
All the stars. So I was like, oh, that's me. That's who I am. I gotta be out there. So it's always a manifestation. Just putting that out into the universe, and then making the right moves and setting myself up to be in that position.
Definitely.
So I can get out there.
Definitely. I was talking to some people earlier this week about role models, and just looking up to certain people. Was there somebody or close to you that kind of inspired that, or was that something that you kind of just saw from people in media, whether it be music or TV, as a route, or you know what I mean? Like, how did that seed initially plant?
Man, it's a cool little story. So like my initial plan to move was planted like the year before I actually moved. So I had a show in Frisco. This program that I was in, we put on a little event, and we had Jadena come perform.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
and that's the homie. So shout out to Chief. But me and him had a conversation like the day after the show, like just chilling at like my boss's house, and me and him were just chopping it up about music and like next steps going forward. And he said like your next step is to move. You got to take a risk, put yourself out there and spread your wings.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I gotta do that. So I kept that thought in my head, and then a year later, like literally like a year to the date, like I'm in Seattle. My boy had hit me up like maybe in like August or something like that, or July, and was like, yo, come live in Seattle for a little bit, and see, what it's like, and just get out of Cali real quick.
Check the scene real quick.
Yeah, so that's what I did. And then once I got to Seattle, I think I was like on my Facebook memories, and that memory popped up, and it was like maybe a couple of days off, but it was like exactly a year like later. I made the move to get out somewhere else. LA wasn't a direct shot from the Bay. Went to Seattle for 2 years first. But then that's what made me be able to make that next move to LA. So
yeah,
shout out to that.
So let's talk about actually Seattle. It's a city we both got in common. I wasn't born in Seattle. I was born in Tacoma. I got family in Seattle, West Seattle, all different areas of Seattle, to Federal Way, out to Port Orchard, out to that whole area. Shout out to all my Washington family.
Hey.
They be tuning in sometimes,
Hey,
showing
206.
love. Yeah, and what 253?
I think so. Yeah.
253's out that other
Yeah.
way, but definitely much love to them. So what kind of initiated, like, so you had a friend up there?
Yeah. Shout out to the homie Jeff Naden. I met him at the same music and arts program that I met Jadena at.
Okay.
And me and him always been cool. And he just hit me up, and it was just a random thing, and then so I took the opportunity and went. But Seattle was dope, man. Like it gave me a chance to like find out what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
Like ultimately, like I knew I wanted to do music and everything, yeah, for sure. But I gotta have like my plan together. I gotta get my I got to get myself, right. I got to get myself aligned,
Definitely.
so I can manifest the things that I want.
Mm-hmm.
And, once I did that, like just random things started happening to me in Seattle that I couldn't explain. And that's when I knew that I was being looked out over and everything was good. So all I had to do was just keep going.
Yeah. So was the initial plan like did you have like something lined up as far as working?
Nah,
Were you
man.
just like I'm gonna go figure it out as I get up there?
Dog, like I had like 3 months to plan because he hit me in like maybe July or August, something like that, and I left October. So
right in time for rainy season.
During that time, during that time, I just was like, yo, this is my chance to just see what else is out there for me, see what's new, like experience things I never experienced before, like, so yeah, let's go. Like, I saved up as much money as I could, fixed up my car, drove the Mustang out there. I ain't got it no more, rest in peace.
Oh, man.
But well, I don't know if it's good or not, but I don't have it right now. But
I know how that goes. Man, I lost my baby up in Las Vegas, boy.
Man, I missed that car, man. But, man. I came out there like just on a fluke, like let me see. I don't know. I had butterflies maybe for like 3 whole days, like leading up to leaving, because it was just a whole new experience, something I never ever did ever in my life.
Yeah.
I was
your first time ever leaving the Bay?
Leaving the Bay, yeah. Like for sure, like leaving and moving somewhere else. That was my first time, and that was a 13-hour drive. So
it's different, huh?
Yeah, man, like
it's crazy.
That's life right there,
Yeah, I moved when I was like 21 to Vegas for like 6 years, and then I came back this way, right? And I don't know, it's weird moving away, because like you realize like, damn, I could really like live in another place. I can literally like just up and just go somewhere and just start new. You know what I mean? That's a dope move, man. That's tight to experience.
Yeah.
Were you creating music out there?
Yeah, I was doing a few shows. I did a few shows out there.
Mm-hmm.
I did a show in Olympia. That was like 2 hours from Seattle. Like and it was the same night Nipsey died. So same day. So I will always remember that day.
So you were there just not too long ago.
Nah, I just moved from Seattle to LA in September.
Okay, so that's a pretty fresh move.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
I've been moving like that ever since I went to Seattle. Like
yeah.
just next thing, like let me change my life real quick. Like I want to know like what else is out there. So like that move is the best move I could have did, because it led me right here.
Yeah.
To this moment.
So now moving forward into LA, touching down there in a whole new, finally you got some sun.
Man, like every day.
Yeah.
Sun every day. Like, man, like Seattle wasn't the best place for weather. It was pretty depressing.
A lot of paleness.
Man, like I haven't seen, that much paleness ever in my life. But the LA weather is great. I love being back in California. It feels good. Like like the energy is everything, man. Like in Seattle, you definitely see that and feel that when you're there. But you got to make the most of it and stick to your guns and stick to who you are.
Yeah.
So you can't let it consume you. You gotta just keep on going. So, but Cali is gonna bring that out of you, and it's gonna have it make you be that, because you see that everywhere.
Yeah.
And all the time. So, I'm blessed to have been able to make the move and be out there. So, yeah.
So. Now that you're in LA, like what's your so what is it? Like what, 4 months, 5 months?
Going on, about that, yeah.
So what's your initial like take? How do you like it, man?
Man, I love it. Like everything is there that I need, especially the area that I live in now. I live in Koreatown.
Okay.
So it's nothing but like everything. Good food. I don't need to leave that far. The store is 2 minutes away.
Mm-hmm.
Gas station is close. The weed store is next to the gas station, so I can conveniently go get my Dutch. After I get my cannabis.
Oh, yeah.
But everything is there, and then all the music stuff is there, all the acting stuff is there.
Mm-hmm.
all the opportunity is there, like
Yeah.
it's for what I want to do,
I know you're probably still, engaged in music, right? But what's it like kind of immersing yourself in a new culture like the acting world?
is it gets my heart pumping. So it's fun, it's new,
Mm-hmm.
something I never done before. So when I do it, it's exciting. And I don't care if I win or lose. It's
Mm-hmm.
still it's not really a loss. It's a learning lesson,
Definitely.
and just experience. And so just doing that, I can't fail.
Yeah.
I can only get better from that.
I like that kind of fearless attitude. I think a lot of times in life, fear holds people back from taking the steps forward to really trying to do what you want to do in life. You know what I mean? And I definitely feel that way about even starting this podcast. There was definitely a lot of procrastination leading up into doing this. And in terms of music, sometimes it must feel like there's a lot of procrastination. Not for maybe not for everybody. I don't know your method. You know what I mean? But how do you feel about what do you feel about that?
Man, I sometimes call myself master procrastinator, because I've mastered procrastination. But what I learned about it is that sometimes it's not really procrastination. It's your priority,
Yeah.
because you gonna get to it. Like you did this right now. You got to it. You didn't hold. You still not chasing it. You made it happen now.
Definitely.
It was what was your priority at first. In the
Mhm.
beginning before this, you might have had other obligations that were more important to you
Yeah.
before you made that decision. So
Mhm.
once I figured that out, it made it easier for me to do things. Period. Because I was like, okay, I need to prioritize this first, so I can take that off my mind, so I can do this.
Yeah.
And be in my best state. And make that better. Because you wouldn't want to start. You wouldn't want to start something that you really care about when your head ain't in it.
Definitely.
And because it's not gonna come out good. So once your priorities get together, you'll be able to do the things that you really want to do.
Definitely. I can't agree more, man. Um, I mean, have you ever seen a musician that wasn't a procrastinator?
Right? Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't. I don't know. I think it's kind of the nature of the beast.
It definitely is. That's what brings like all that good stuff out of you. Because you like, you build all that up. Like you start getting that energy built up from that time not doing it and procrastinating,
Yeah.
and then you built that story. And that's what I was doing in Seattle. Like I was getting super frustrated, with myself sometimes. At first, I was like, man, like I came out here and I thought could make music. Like I had writer's block so tough
Yeah.
out there, But it wasn't about that when I got out there. It was about me creating the story. I wasn't supposed to be writing. I was supposed
That
to
was
be
your
creating
learning
the story.
time.
Yeah.
That was
So
your time
so
to
so
watch.
now I can write and write about my lessons learned during that time. So once I realized that in that moment, it made it easier for me to move and then create those experiences so I can have something to talk about.
It kind of makes me think like comedians and their process and comedians' process is different even from each other, just like musicians is different. But you see a lot of them, once they do a special or something, they'll take time out and then they'll take time to like kind of sit back, learn, write new stuff. It's the same. It's kind of the same process. It's probably amongst all the creative processes, whether it's music, that writing movies, painting. It's kind of you gotta sit back and kind of almost let your muse come to you, which begs the question. Like a lot of people think creativity comes from within, but then a lot of times some people think that they're just the vessel, and creativity kind of just sometimes flows in and out. Um, what do you think? Do you think that creativity is an outside source that just flows in sometimes through you, or do you think that that's you? Like that's just all heart, that's all you, that's all. What I don't know. I feel 50-50 about it.
Um, well, energy is never created; it's only exchanged. So anything that you like create, you didn't come up with that. You had the thought came to you somewhere. Like somewhere it came to you and you thought about it. So, you might not be aware of that. It depends on what type of person you are. When you think of it in that way. If you somebody that believe in like spirits, believe in God, believe in like spiritual like things like that, then you would say like, oh, it's coming to me. The creative flow is coming to me. I don't really have it. It's not me creating it. But if you believe in other things, then you would use that. So it's all up to you. But to me, like you can't create. Nothing is made up. Like you gonna get a thought. I'm pretty sure a lot of people experience like you think of something like maybe an invention or maybe a concept to a movie or a song, and now somebody else is doing the exact same thing. You put that thought out there into the universe,
Yeah.
and then it came down to somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
and anywhere in the world, and they heard that,
Yeah.
and now they're using it. That's why you got to act upon your thoughts, because
Yeah.
somebody else is gonna use it. Energy is never created; it's only exchanged.
It's crazy you say that. Sometimes like some people are, I feel, more in tune with that energy, kind of more in tune and feeling that energy. A lot of people kind of just move about the world and have kind of a very surface level understanding of energy, you know what I mean? And then some people kind of are really in tune with feeling both positive and negative energies. And I feel like creative people kind of feel that,
Yeah.
especially, you know, definitely more so than just people like I was talking. But do you believe like in I don't know, I was just thinking about this because we were talking about it before earlier, the what do you call it, like horoscopes and the energy and the moon.
Yeah.
I don't know how much I believe in
Yeah.
certain things, because a lot of times you read a horoscope and you're like, well, damn, that sounds like that could be for me too, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, word, yeah.
But how much do you believe in all that?
Well, I believe strongly in astrology.
Mm-hmm.
That's a different thing than like a horoscope.
Yeah.
Because a horoscope is just gonna tell you like a general thing. Like you can be like, excuse me, what did you say you were? You were a Scorpio. Like, so you reading other things that somebody else is reading too, and it's the same message. So like it might not apply to you.
Definitely.
But when you learn about astrology, you learn about yourself. You learn about you. I use like apps and websites, put my birth date, the time of birth, my name, first and last, where I'm from, where I was born at. So it breaks that down into like a chart.
Yeah.
And it tells you like different houses. It tells you, what your moon sign is, your sun sign, like what sign and planet is in this house, that house, all these different things that indicate who you are and your personality.
Definitely.
Now, when you see that, and if like, cause I was a person that always believed in horoscopes, so it had that openness. I was open to that.
Yeah.
So when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is real. Like this is legit. If you really like dig into it, and you start to see like the power and the magic of that, you really see that it's real. And then you might check somebody else. Okay, let me see somebody else's chart or their compatibility with me, and you use that through your whole life. You probably know people that be like, oh, nah, I don't like talking to Tauruses, or like I don't mess with Scorpios, like, because that's real.
Yeah.
They'll have a similar like type of thing background. They're not gonna all be the same, but generally it'll be a similar type of personality or a trait or something that they be going through that's similar, or how they treat other people. Is very similar. And that's how I met my wife. That's how we reconnected. Was through like astrology.
Okay.
We saw all of our compatibility. We saw how much we were alike, and how much significance we had in our relationship. And once we did that, it just we already were connected in physically in the third dimension here, based off seeing each other. But once we made that connection in a different realm, it just brought that together. And that's like people, if they believe in twin flame energy or soulmates and things like that, you see the magic of that. So I ain't got no other choice but to believe that, because it's real to me, because I seen it with my own eyes.
I feel you.
And once you experience it, I think it'll be easier for you to explain and for you to understand it.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say like in your music, you got a very I would say almost mystical kind of sound to it. You know what I mean, and vibe to it. Uh, what do you think? Do you think that carries over into that a little
I
bit?
mean, yeah, for sure. Like, cause that's like I'm not from this planet. I'm not from this world. And it might sound crazy, to other people, but um, I've always believed that I was just this different type of being, and once I was introduced to more like knowledge of astrology, like it showed me that.
Mm-hmm.
It showed me how powerful I was. It showed me who I really was. Even though I knew I was always, Brysone the black sheep, whatever I wanted to call myself, Brysone the rap god, ruler of the universe. I believed in that before I knew, any of that knowledge.
Yeah.
So once I read it, I was like, okay, no, this is me, and it was personal stuff, that was the info that I was receiving.
Yeah.
So it opened my eyes to all that, and yeah, like I believe that because some of my songs have already been like that. My sound is like that. It's hard for me to explain it, the way that I do sound, but it's not from this world for sure.
Well, I mean, it's true. We all come from stardust.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Like you can't. My bad. You can't dispute that at all. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, everything that according to physics, which is the science that our society and our government and everybody holds so dear. They even say it. We come from something else. Like I don't know. I got different. I don't know how much I believe so much in like God and different. I don't know what happens after this. You know what I mean? I want to believe in. I hope something happens after it for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all I know is, for me, is while we're here on this planet, to just treat each other with the utmost respect and kindness and humility, and help those around us. And I feel like, if anything, all the religions, I feel like that's what they intend to kind of communicate through those messages. I don't know, man. Every religion got some crazy stories in there, man. Like,
yeah,
even the Bible, they
Right.
got some crazy stories, and so I 100% believe that everything that we know today is not not all of the knowledge that we do. I don't know. Have you ever explored like with the other like psychedelics or anything like that?
Yeah, man, like that.
I don't mean to put you out on blast like
you ain't
that.
gotta put,
You know what I
you ain't
mean?
gotta put me on blast. I got a shroom tattoo. I got a tattoo of Toad right here on my arm.
Oh shit.
So
Okay,
I put that out there anyway.
Is that
but,
5-MAO DMT? Is that
Nah,
what
I
the
never.
Toad is? Or
Nah,
is
that's just a shroom, a mushroom.
Okay.
Yeah, the mushroom.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. I haven't done all that, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, like that. That was an experience that I definitely enjoy doing. I do it still to this day, and it was a life changing experience.
I still haven't
like
ever tried that. I've been telling this guy for the last however long I've been on the under.
Yeah.
But so tell me about that, man. How was that experience? I gotta know. I gotta know about that.
It's from my experience, I'm gonna give my experience.
Let me ask before you start. Do you know what type of mushroom it was? Because I work at the Cannabis Club, right? So, I feel like there's things that we don't know about mushrooms yet, and I feel like in the future, just how we have strains of weed, there's gonna be strains of mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's already starting to be. So I was just trying to see, like, do you know what kind you had or anything like that?
Man, no idea, but
He was like, but they were good.
Yeah, they was good. I know that one thing. They was good. They didn't taste that well. But,
Oh yeah.
I figured out a trick, so I'm good now. Like I mix mine with like orange juice.
Okay.
I might crunch
That's
it all
Mac
up.
Dre told us that.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
And it does that too, right? Yeah.
Hit the stove to get some
Yeah.
OJ to
Yep.
shroom with him.
I
Right.
just crunch it up. I crunch it up and put it and just stuff it inside the bottle.
Okay.
And then just chug it from there. And
Okay.
and just dismiss all the the gunk and stuff getting in my teeth and eating it. It just
Uh-huh.
goes straight down into my stomach.
I
you know,
got you.
from drinking it. Yeah.
So what's that experience like? I gotta feel like having experiences with like that has had to influence kind of like your own beliefs,
Yeah.
right? So because people are going, even these colleges are studying that people can go and have these experiences just one time, and it be life changing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you feel?
N-
You got a tattoo of it. I gotta feel
Yeah.
like it
Nah.
had
Nah.
to change your life.
It definitely was very significant in my life. Like top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah, top 5
Oh,
most
we're going through it.
significant.
The
Yeah,
ones
like
that we
things in my
can.
life. Yeah, for sure. Like it's like I'm gonna only speak from my personal experience because
Yeah.
not everybody's gonna experience it the same way that I did. So um, I always give that advice with people when they try to do it. When they say they want to do it, don't base somebody else's experiences and try to apply it to yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna experience the same thing as anybody else. Because
It's
you're
same
dealing
thing
with
with
your
weed.
own demons.
It's same
you
thing
know?
with weed. I
Yeah.
tell these people, I tell them all the time, like, how I'm gonna feel this is not how you're gonna
Yeah,
feel this.
yeah,
So like,
yeah.
like you can ask me all the questions you want, but like at some point you just gotta try it and find out.
Word. And then and weed is a lowest form of psychedelic.
Yeah.
So it's in that same like category.
Yeah.
But my first shroom trip, it was definitely like life changing. It opened my eyes to things, but you got to be open to it.
Yeah.
That's the difference between you and maybe somebody else. You might be super religious, or you might not be. You might be super spiritual, or you might not be. And from that, it's up to you and how you carry on with your trip. You can just be there and have fun, and see all the things that happen to you, like the images and your vision changing, all these the visuals that you see, like that's gonna be different than the next person. They're not gonna see the same thing you are.
Yeah.
Or you can have a spiritual awakening, and see things for what they are. But I think you have to already have tapped into that, in your brain already. You have to believe in that. So when that thought comes to you, you believe in it more. You like, oh, I get it now. It makes sense. But that's all. That's my experience. I can't say that for everybody else.
It's almost kind of like religion, as to some degree.
I mean, it's definitely like its own thing, like, because you tap into yourself, and what you were saying earlier about the religions all being the same, like, and that's true. Like, at the end of the day, like, whatever that they're praising, that entity does the same thing for everybody else. They give them, they pray or whatever, they give them something to receive something or some type of guidance. It's all the same. Or I spoke and God talked to me and told me this. It's all the same thing. And spirituality is the exact same thing. That's to me, that's your higher self. That's you.
Yeah.
That's you talking. You just sitting there meditating, and a thought comes to your head. That could be your higher self, or it could be a spirit guide. That's what I believe in. The next person might not believe in that. They might believe in that's God telling them that, or Jesus. Telling them things like that. But I believe that it's my higher self, or my ancestors, or my spirit guide tapping into me and telling me that. And I believed in that to an extent before I did shrooms. And when I did do shrooms, I was already in the state of not believing in religion, but I knew that there was other things out there, and I was open to learning what was out there. And once you do that, you just open your mind up to more things, and just be there in the moment. Don't force nothing. I didn't force anything. I just allowed everything to come to me, and it, afterwards it changed that. Like, people with mistaken like shrooms, like it changes your life. It doesn't change your life. It gives you that spark to change your life. It gives you that seed, to move differently. You're not gonna take shrooms and then the next day you're a completely different person just by doing the same thing you were doing the day before.
It takes action.
You gotta. It
takes action.
Yeah, once you plant that seed in your mind, and whatever thoughts that you had created during that trip, follow through with it. Like, continue to do that. Follow through with all that stuff, and then your life will change. And then you can say, because of shrooms, I had that thought come to my mind, and was able to follow through with it. But I my own personal advice is always, do your own research. Don't listen to me, because this is my personal experience.
100%.
It's not gonna be the same for you. Some other people might not, be able to handle it the same way I have. This is a whole different drug. And
Definitely.
it's natural. It comes from the earth, so it's not anything that was man-made or anything like that, or altered in any way. But
yeah, disclaimer. Handle with care.
Yeah.
Don't take our advice. We're not physicians.
Nah.
If you're going to do it, make sure you're 21. Make
Right.
sure you're doing it in a legal setting.
Yes.
Yes. And have a buddy there that's not doing it to take care of your ass if you trip the fuck out.
That's important.
Same with weed.
Like be around people that you're comfortable with, and be in a setting that you're comfortable with.
Definitely.
Don't go anywhere that you can't control your surroundings.
I think part of having drugs illegal, man, it makes people give bad advice, because you don't have a doctor telling you, oh, take 2 of these, call me in the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, well, here's a bag, do what you want. It's hard. So yeah, definitely, like, don't do drugs, kids.
Nah. Don't do drugs. Stay in school. Wait until you're an adult to make any decisions like that. Wait until you are well into your life, and can have the opportunity to do that. Like,
it's definitely easier said than done, because
Yeah.
I know when I was 16 years old, you couldn't tell me shit.
hey,
You know what I mean?
we ain't all perfect.
Yeah, I was like, I don't give a fuck. We
Yeah.
doing whatever.
Hey, nah, but it's a good thing sometimes. Like, look how you turned out. You got a whole podcast talking about positive things.
Hey man, I be trying.
Yeah,
so,
somebody could have had a thought of you, like, look at this dude. He just
I'm
he just
sure
gonna mess
there's
up.
a lot of them.
He gonna be bad.
I
Like,
know there's a lot
Yeah.
of them.
But you gotta experience. Sometimes you gotta experience those things early, and just get it out the way.
Uh-huh.
Get taken care of. Like, okay, I did that already. Like, now I'm serious now.
100%. I'm thankful that, like, I was able to experience everything that I did to come out where I'm at, man. And I feel like I gotta, I feel like more mature, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially, like, man, I just turned 30.
Hey.
I keep saying I just turned 30. I just turned 30 like hella months ago. But nah, and then there's 50% of the population that's gonna say, "Oh, I'm just a kid. How much do I know?" But man, it was dope having you on. I could talk to you forever,
Hey.
man. It was, but I do want you to kind of talk to me a little bit about, like, what's going on with music. Kind of if you got stuff coming up, and then, like, projects, like, what's going on with your music?
Yeah.
Are you writing? Are you recording? What's going down?
I'm definitely in the writing stage of everything. I'm in a good spot mentally. I'm in a good space in my environment. And it's allowing me to be able to create in that way. So, I got my own little studio set up in my apartment, and I'm working on music right now. So it's all a process. I got this whole new sound I'm coming out with.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So it's gonna be a lot different than what people have been used to with Brysone coming out and putting out like a hip hop type track, or just rapping. I'm being a lot more melodic, and singing a lot more. I'm not on like a Chris Brown level or anything. Like, I ain't trying to do all that. But
I feel you.
but I know how to use my voice in the right way, and to bring that out of me. So that's what I'm preparing for.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing before I got to LA, and just figuring out that new sound. So yeah, it's all coming.
Have you been performing out there at all?
In LA?
Yeah.
I haven't yet. I don't want to perform any of my old stuff. I'm kind of if like I feel like Jay-Z. If you want to listen to the old Brysone, you know, what Jay-Z say? They want my old stuff, buy my old album. Like, like if you want that old, Brysone, like it's still out there on SoundCloud, or YouTube.
Okay.
But I just want to move past like what I was doing before, like in terms of that style of music. Like the new sound is like it pushes me like more because it's new.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole different type of thing. So I'm excited to share it with everybody.
Where can we check? Where can we see some of this acting coming out, man?
Man, like I've been working on all that stuff. Like the gigs that I've been getting have been like auditions or little award shows and whatnot. A few opportunities to host like a couple shows. But those are all coming. It's all like planned ahead of time. So
Yeah.
I can't give it a timetable for any of it.
I got you.
It's just it's gonna come. I got the connections, built the networking, and it's still all there to go forward and move up even more. So all I gotta do is keep putting myself in that position.
Definitely. So where can they find some all your music?
You can definitely find all my music that I have out on SoundCloud.
On SoundCloud.
It's soundcloud.com/Brysone BRY-SONE. I have a couple songs on Spotify if you want to support me and put my tracks on repeat, so I can get some Spotify money.
Let's get them some sound. Let's get them some listens, man.
Yeah, you can
streams.
Just type Brysone BRY-SONE exclamation at the end, and I'm gonna pop up, everywhere. You're gonna be able to find, all my stuff, videos, music, my background of me, like a couple interviews, whatever you want to see, it's all out there.
Yeah, me myself, I'm really trying to step up, like how much exposure we get. I'm really gonna start tapping in more, being more public on Instagram and social media myself. I've been kind of like a hermit. Like I love getting in the studio and doing the podcast, and I love talking to people, connecting people, hearing people's story, and trying to draw inspiration, selfishly kind of for myself, but also for the listeners, because I feel like that wisdom that we can learn from anybody, on the other side of this mic, is gonna be, just super helpful,
Right.
and any if it can help anybody, even just one person, I hope that can make a difference,
Hey.
So tap in as well on Instagram. Where can they find you? Are you on social media, right?
Yeah, I'm on the gram, BRY. What's my Instagram?
Do all the social
It's
ones.
Brysone.
Do
It's
all the
Brysone.
social
Yeah, it's
ones.
just Brysone the Black Sheep on Instagram.
YouTube.
YouTube Brysone 650. Snapchat Ritz and Afro Pics. What else I got? Facebook. And you can find me on there. But it's like, like I don't have like a lot of different. I ain't on the TikTok.
It's starting to get too plentiful,
Yeah.
There's too many things popping up,
Yeah, it's a bit too much for me. I'm gonna just stay back a little
The
bit.
kids be knowing all the apps. I'm like, I'll let them do that. I'm starting to feel old myself. Shit. Oh man. Well, hey man, I appreciate you. Finally getting in here with me.
Hey.
I was so happy. I would be trying to get you in since the jump. And definitely safe travels all the way back to LA, bro. And next time you up here, I hope we could do something, round 2. And much love, bro. It's dope having you.
Hey, let's get it, man. I appreciate you. I've been trying to get here for a minute, so it feels good to come out here and talk about life and things like that. So
Yes,
appreciate you, bro.
I got you,
Hey.
man. Hey, man, that's Brysone, everybody. It's
Yes,
your
sir.
boy GM, Talkingshift. Like, comment, subscribe. Go on the gram, follow your boy, at talking.shift, I think. Something like that. Yeah, go check it out. It's up there. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. Peace.